Today, there is Kaohsiung Mingling. She will talk about we sacrifice the suffering. We can heal this suffering. Now we welcome Mingling. Her
的上人金舍师父，各位师兄师姐，大家好，我是高雄区的明灵。那在这次的
Thank you, Master. Dear brothers, sisters, good afternoon. I'm Mingling from Kaohsiung. At the beginning of this reading section, I saw senior brothers, sisters sharing their sorrow in front of Master, lamenting the grief of parents burying their children. This reminded me of the scene of 4 years ago when my mother-in-law had to bid farewell to my elder sister-in-law, Mei Yin. This is why I choose witness suffering, healing suffering as the theme of my sharing today. If I were to ask you, is life filled with suffering or joy? How would you answer? Before we explain this, please watch the video of observing feelings of suffering. Life laments suffering. Where is it? Enter suffering yourself and experience it firsthand. Observe carefully. Feelings are suffering. Only then can we understand what suffering truly is. Life is but a fleeting dream, yet it feels real. Sorrow and joy, suffering and happiness are all illusions. Sentient and insentient beings all experience suffering. None can escape from their perceptions. Yes, sentient and insentient beings all experience suffering. The very nature of feelings is the root of suffering. Look at how many people struggle in poverty, enduring hunger and thirst. Aging, illness, and disabilities is really suffering upon suffering. Those who live in abundance fear losing what they have, constantly pursuing more in an endless cycle of desire. They may have enjoyed power and prestige. In Taiwanese, there's a saying, so powerful that their words could freeze water. So one day, they may fall from grace. Even passing acquaintances pretend not to recognize them. So the suffering of losing joy for them is even greater than ordinary suffering. We say the 4 imbalances. We frequently hear of disaster caused by imbalances in nature, human minds, and society. Furthermore, life is marked by birth, aging, illness, death, and invisible separation of loved ones, encounters with those we resent, unfulfilled desires, and the suffering caused by the 5 aggregates. No one is exempt from these 8 sufferings. Let's have a look at the video of the Masters explained. The great truth that the Buddha taught all center around birth, aging, illness, and death, as these are the core struggles of human life. These are the 3 principles of the 4 phases. Although the sutra doesn't mention this term, but I still want to tell you that this term, 3 principles of the 4 phases. The principles of matter describe all matters, including the earth. All of this is covered by the principles. All material substance is governed by the principle of matters. There are 4 phases: formation, existence, decay, and emptiness. We humans, our body, physically, from our youth to old, age to death, birth, aging, illness, and death, are also the 4 phases, 4 states. What about minds? Also experience a rising, abiding, changing. and ceasing. These are the four states. Therefore, all great principles in life are inseparable from these three principles of matter, of life, and of mind. If we can comprehend these principles, then what is there to be attached to, or what is there to be bitter about? Thank you, Master's explanation. Master wants us to understand the three principles of four phases, which reveal that all things return to suffering, emptiness, impermanence, and selflessness. If we can understand these principles, then there's nothing to be concerned about, nothing to suffer over. So, if we know these principles, Buddhist teachings also encourage us to let go of attachment to self, transcend personal feelings, use wisdom to transform our mindset. Besides, through the 12 links of dependent origination, we come to understand the cycle of life and karma. So from nothing to have something, we already all exist in this world. So our present life is shaped by past causes, and our future will be determined by our present actions. To know the causes of our past lives, we must look at what we are experiencing. To know the effects of our future lives, we must look at what we are doing now. So when suffering arises, we must accept it willingly, consider hardship as nourishment, endure suffering to eradicate suffering. When suffering ends, joy follows. So the suffering is the best lessons in our life. In the past, we only knew suffering. We didn't understand its origin. We have created karma and underwent countless cycles of rebirth in the six realms. The preciousness of Buddhism lies in its ability to help us trace suffering to its origin, uproot it, and break free from karmic entanglements. Buddhism also provides us with a true path forward. By following the teachings diligently, we can purify our origins, break free from delusions, and expand our love beyond personal attachments to a boundless, compassionate state. The Master also teaches us when impermanence strikes, if we can recall these truths and let go of worries, we will not only heal our own suffering, but also take this chance by sharing our experiences. We can help them witness suffering, untangle emotional knots, and guide others toward clarity and peace. Master To reminded us that natural laws cannot be resisted. Learning Buddhism guides us methods to overcome worries and pain. Life is more suffering than joy, and we all share collective karma. But instead of being overwhelmed, we should do what we can to bring relief. Just as a single drop of water nourishes parched earth, each good deed can plant seeds of compassion that will grow into a great Buddhist forest. To create a pure land on earth. These seeds exist in each of us. So we By practicing Tzu Chi and applying Buddhist wisdom in daily life, we can cultivate love and wisdom to benefit the world. Let us encourage one another on this path. Thank you.
When she prepared the guide reading, I think that this process, her emotion should have a very variable. She should have a very touched her, and she is very mindfulness. So she is still in her emotion. When we can see that from the Dai drama, you can see that she is very very big connection with this family. It's not very easy for her to do the PPT and to read and then to talk. It's not really easy for her. Then during many years ago, when we have doing some etc. like the water refreshing, and then actually we are doing the I'm doing the guide reading in her house. You know that we have 44 guide reader. So 1 year, maybe 1 to 2 times, you will take this role. Before, she is taking the role of the leader of our entrepreneur connecting people. But now she's taking the role of our guide reading. From Jia Yi, thank you, Mingling sister, for your very good guide reading. That is Hong Nining. I want to know where you come from, which country you are in. Her name is Huang Hu Ning. She's the first time to put down the feedback. It is really difficult to learn about the suffering and the cause. Thank you very much for the elegant Mingling sister to tell us about what is suffering and how to heal it. This is a master tell us to say that we need to help people more, although we have the suffering ourselves. And it is really hard to know that we have suffering. We need to treasure it and try to self-heal ourselves. Next week, Xijing, Janet, she will bring our Ji Mommy to go to our library and then give us a talk. Thank you, Xijing. Xijing always, she is in USA, but sometimes when she has some activity, she will come back to Taiwan. This time she will go to China first for 2 weeks and come to Taiwan. Thank you, our Mingling sister. Liao Ruixin from Beijing. She said that today, this morning, when she wake up, had her breakfast, and then have her clean up herself, she found out that she has only put on one sock. She said that don't know if it is the image of getting dementia. Thank you very much for all these people. They go to our reading club and they give us the feedback. Thank you for the nurse, So Qin, and she gave us a lot of tips to how to exercise. Kang Chun, Liu Chunji said that thank you for So Qin. We all like to be healthy when we are getting old, and we need it so much. Please press and then like, then encourage